Okay, we're ready to get started. Could you get your vocab books out? And y'all, I truly think that we're on 17. Now, a couple of things. It's all brand new to us. Remember, this is for the next 2 weeks. We are going to try. Today's Wednesday. So that does mean that we are going to try having the vocab quiz on Thursday, right? So that your Fridays don't turn into one test after the other. Okay? So, tomorrow's vocab quiz, because you know what? You've never had one from me before. Let me talk about it while you're getting to, was that right about page 17? Is it completing the sentence? Well, we're going to be doing that in class today because we're avoiding homework. So while you're getting started on, why can't you connect? While you're getting started on page 17, I want to tell you what my vocab quizzes that are for right now on Thursdays. We're going to try it out. I want to tell you what my vocab quizzes are like. They're matching. You're going to have a word bank. You're going to match the vocab word. There's only 10 of them to its correct definition. And I'll be using the words you see in that book, okay? Then you have a fill in the blank on sentences. There are 10 sentences and 10 vocab words, okay? So you'll use each one. So that's what our vocab quiz will be like. I don't make it any tougher than that. Most people say they're pretty easy. I'm sorry, I'm having a Wi-Fi issue. Are y'all sponging off my Wi-Fi? At least I connected. Okay, so let's talk about some Shobi codes that I can give you. Are you ready for actually three Shobi codes from me, and 2 are for me. All right, so everyone needs this Shobi code. Vocab is, and Shobi loves to have a capital letter. It's YMFLJ. Y, M, F, L, and that's a J. Now, on that Shobi, you are going to find, look at here, I had scanned the whole little set that we need for vocab. Everything there for you to study by on Shobi. Do you see that? Okay, now the other thing is I need to give you our reading Shobi code. So, for PBWR. Here's reading. Reading is 4, and we like capital letters. P, B, W, R. Okay. I actually have another one. Those are the only 2 subjects I teach you. But I have been helping my Mr. Charles out. And do y'all see your math on here? There's your math. So I have created a Shobi for Mr. Charles. And so far on here, you're just going to see where I've been uploading videos of my math class, okay? However, I still want to give you the Shobi code. KN3PP. We like caps. And this is math. So primarily, for the math one, you are going to be seeing the video of the math class, okay? I also, by the way, would like to upload a picture. Actually, I'm scanning. Some of y'all came early the other day. Did y'all see me scanning your pre-al book over there? Those y'all came in early. I've scanned the pages that Mr. Charles has been using of your pre-algebra book. I thought that I would put that in your math Shelby so you can have those pages with some examples and explanations to look over at home. Does that make sense? Now, if you see it, I'm just going to have it on there as pre-algebra book. It's not like it's your homework, like you got to do, you know what I'm saying? It's just you can't take your books home for right now. You just can't. For right now. So I thought that maybe it would be a good idea to just scan the pages and send the pre-al book to you. Okay? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. All right, now, Kellen, you are having a problem signing in, aren't you? You're not having a problem signing in to Shelby? Oh, okay. Really thought I was right on that email, but it was really early this morning. Is anyone having a problem signing into their Shelby in here? Sorry, Kellen. You need to cover your face, sweetie. That mouse needs to be on. All right, so we all good? Everyone's in Shelby?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, he's going to. You're in. He's going to. Okay. All right, cool. So there we are. Then I don't need to help you. I'm going home. And I'm just going to go to my vocab. How's page 17 going for you? It's very slow. We're filling in the blank on sentences. Let me get to page 17. Put it up here so we can see. I need to warn you, I know it's been some time. They sometimes do like to add endings to the words in the word bank, okay? So please watch out for that. They do like to add some endings to those words. Now, can I tell you a strategy that I would use for filling in the blank on sentences? There are 10 sentences, there are 10 words. I am not going to do this 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. Unless it happens to work out that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quick look through the sentences. I'm going to do the ones I am for sure about. Then I'm going to go up there and mark them out. Okay, does that make sense? Process of elimination, because you know there's going to be 2 in there that plays with your mind. So I'm going to do the ones I'm for sure about, mark out the words, and then I'm going to deal with my problems later. Yeah? Now that's what I do with vocab. That's not what I do with life. With life, it's like, let's deal with the problem now and then go have some fun. Yeah? But with vocab, let's do easy and see what's left over. All right, y'all still working on it? Yeah? Good? Give y'all a few minutes on this page 17.
What do I do?
Are you finished with page 17? Let's wait for them. Oh, that's fine. A lot of people like to work ahead on their vocab because you know what to expect with your vocab.
If I'm on iPad while I wait. If I'm on iPad while I wait.
No. We really can't be on our iPads. Yeah. I have people taking advantage of iPad time. And please don't make me turn on the app where I know exactly what you're doing on your iPad. Okay? 7th and 8th graders, about half of them are about to lose iPad privileges after today. Is there one up here that's difficult that I can help someone with? All of these are pretty easy? Yeah? All right, let me know if you get to one that's pretty rough, okay? Yes, sir.
I can't figure out number 4.
Number which one?
4.
4. Though they didn't say it in so many words, they did blank that I was responsible for the accident. First of all, can we work number 4 for grammar? I need a verb there. They did something. Now, if I need a verb in number 4, that means maybe alight, maybe germinate, maybe insinuate or interrogate, but that's it. Those are my only verbs I see from that list. Do you see how I work that for grammar? Now, I want you to, now that you know that you need a verb for number 4, look at the beginning of number 4. Though they didn't say it in so many words. When you want someone to do something, typically you say it in so many words. You're like, dude, do this. Do it like this. And then do that. But they're not using their words. Aren't they hinting at something? Hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod. Aren't they hinting at something? Go back and look at your words and see which one means to hint at something. This is my attempt to wink at you with a mask on. I'm hinting. I need a verb. I need a hint. It got really loud in the hallway. Do we think everything's okay?
Or somebody just got dropped, kid.
Oh, no. It seemed like there was a lot going on.
Is that the other 6th grader here?
I believe so. I believe Mr. Ron was in there with their Wi-Fi and things.
I thought they had PE.
No, he's doing that. He only has so much time during the day to get stuff done. And y'all, you know this Wi-Fi and the locker business is really
Really?
important. Did you also get lockers?
I did.
I
did.
Some.
I got
So, okay,
did
so,
it because I haven't paid.
so I really should have asked, were at least, and it sounds like it, were some lockers distributed, handed out? Okay. Is there another one that I can help y'all with? Come on, talk to me.
Number 3.
Get bored. Number 3. After the warring nations, so they don't like each other, right? Had agreed to either a or an blank. Okay. The nations are warring, but now I want you to look at the a or an there. Do you see that on number 3?
I thought it was and, or is it just A or?
It's either a or it could be an. That's called a noun signaler. That means that I need a noun in the blank for number 3. And I need a noun in the blank for number 3 that might have to do with warring nations. My nouns are dynasty and truce. It's one of those two, people. Do you see how sometimes when you work it for grammar, it makes the list so much shorter? For number 3, I just went from, I've got 10 words to choose from, right? To, because I only needed nouns. So you need a noun, and you need a noun that has something to do with warring nations. It's hard for me to say warring. Warring.
My hand thing had this.
Yes, sir.
I don't get number 7.
Is it 7 you said?
7.
7. Number 7. I never would have thought that so bitter and long-lasting a quarrel could result from such a or an blank and unimportant cause. Now, while I may have told Parker that his a or an, was it number 3,
Yes.
needed a noun after it, my noun is cause for number 7. I need another word to describe cause. I need an adjective in number 7. So, I'm talking about a bitter and long-lasting quarrel, an argument that could result from a blank and unimportant cause. So we've got a cause here. It's not important, and we've got to think of another word that kind of goes hand in hand with not important. It needs to be an adjective So, my adjectives from my 10 list. Trivial, vicious. You now have 2 choices. You no longer have 10 because you need an adjective in that blank. Yes, sir. Of course. We about finished? Y'all good? Y'all done? It's okay, not yet.
Oh gosh, I didn't bring hand sanitizer. Did it just like explode?
Fold it in my face. There we go. We'll give it a few more minutes. When he gets back, maybe we'll start going over it, okay? Then we gotta get the chips. Yes, ma'am. Number 9? Okay. Number 9. Many people who lead rather blank lives get a great thrill from watching the exciting adventures of TV and movie superheroes. I'm going to work this one for grammar too. It's when it says many people who lead rather blank lives, I need to know what kind of lives they are leading, right? Do you recall that adjectives tell you how many, what kind, and which one? So for number 9, I need an adjective. I need an adjective, a word that describes the kind of lives we're talking about here. So let's break your 10-word list down into something smaller. Only adjectives. Adjectives are, once again, I could use humdrum as an adjective. I could use trivial and vicious. But that's it. It's got to be one of those 3. Ready to go over it? I'm going to get y'all talking. Y'all got to start talking. All right, number 1. Who's got the answer for? In the 11th century, a foreign warlord invaded the country and set up either a or an sultan that ruled for more than 250 years. Yes, sir.
Dynasty.
A dynasty. For number 1, did you get dynasty?
Yes.
Perfect. How about number 2? When I applied for the job, I left either a or an something of my previous work experience with the personnel office.
Resume.
That's your resume. Did you remember to put the little accent marks over your E's?
Yes.
Okay. Number 3, after the, we had a question on 3. After the warring, still don't like saying that word, nations had agreed to either a or an something, they faced the far more difficult task of working out a real peace. Yes, sir. A truce.
Yes.
Are we okay with our answers so far? Awesome. Number 4, they didn't say it in so many words. They did blank that I was responsible for the accident. Now this is one that we were working for grammar. What'd they do?
Insinuate?
They insinuate. That's right. They didn't say it in so many words. They did insinuate though, hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod, that I was responsible for the accident. No, you didn't do anything wrong. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. No, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine now. They insinuated. Number 5. We didn't have a question about 5. 5 must have gone well. Number 5, as we sat at the side of the lake, we enjoyed watching the wild geese swoop down. And what did they do on the surface of that water? Who's got an answer? Y'all got to start speaking. Yes, sir.
A light.
A light. Now, you might even want to do that one past tense with a lighted, easy at the end. Excuse me. Number 6. Oh, we didn't have a question about this one. I guess this one was okay. The judge said to the lawyer, you have a right to blank the witness. but there's no need to bully her. What right does that lawyer, yes ma'am, have to do to the witness? Interrogate. Of course you can ask her questions, but basically stop being mean. You're bullying her, stop. Be nice. Okay. Number 7, I would never have thought, and we had a question about this one, that so bitter and long-lasting a quarrel could result from such a or an, I wanted an adjective here, an unimportant cause. Did we ever figure out what the adjective should be in number 7? Yes, sir.
Trivial.
A trivial. It's trivial and it's unimportant. Why are y'all arguing over that? You know? It's like, gosh, really? That? Okay. Whatever. Number 8. No one asked about 8. I guess we were okay. Looks like it went for a traditional definition of our vocab word. In only a few days, the seeds that I had planted in the fertile soil of the garden began to la 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 and take root. What did they begin to do? Yes, sir. Germinate. Sorry, she said it too. He was really excited about it. You know, Dylan, how it is. Yeah, very traditional use of that word. Remember, you can also have ideas that sprout in your head, germinate in your head, right? Yeah, just pop up. Number 9. I believe we had a question about this. Yes, we did. Many people who lead rather, I wanted an adjective here, lives, get a great thrill from watching the exciting adventures of TV and movie superheroes. Now I'm going to give it to her because she had a question about it. Tackle it. Yeah. See, their lives are boring. And this sentence is saying that's why they might want to watch something exciting like about superheroes, right? Remember, it's like I told you. In my head, I work for the FBI. Yeah. I'm a psychological profiler. In my head, I work for the BAU. And when we leave school today, we'll be, you know, looking for the killer. In my head. But to lead a humdrum life, you might want to watch a really good detective show. If it says psychological profiler in it, mommy's hooked. You just reeled her in. I'm watching. Number 10, all right, process of elimination. If you got the other 9 right, number 10 is just slip in there pretty easily, yes? So you got to check yourself. Then my dog Rover is huge and fierce looking. Children are fond of him because he doesn't have either a or an. What kind of disposition? Yes.
Vicious.
Vicious. He vicious?
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Yes, sir. Yes, you remember you need to get the tag and put it on the door. Okay, first quiz of the year tomorrow. First quiz?
For you. For us.
For me, yeah. When he gets back, absolutely.
My dog doesn't she's not supposed to. Y'all heard them trying to throw a hot dog.
Hey, for those of you who can get on Shobi now, guess what I can tell you? Let's get out of this Shobi. Go ahead and hit done to save your work. Hit done to save your work. We're going to leave 6th Herman vocab and go to 6th reading Herman. So what you see right here are the recordings of our classes. The novel, which I always send you the book, always, is right there. And look at my people. I have Parker, Sydney, Charlie's been on here for a while, Trenton, Jada, and
I see my
Dylan
profile picture.
on here.
I see
Okay?
Sydney's. I see mine.
I see mine.
Okay?
I don't see mine. Mine's the first one.
So if you're not on here yet, remember Shobi codes are up there. Kellen, are you sure that you can sign into your Shobi? Because I don't have you on here.
Oh, I can see Trent profile. Now I get it.
Oh, okay, here.
You see
You
me
want
now?
some?
looked at that.
Do you have
you
your
see me?
Parker? Do you have your iPad with you? Okay, all right. So if you have a problem, then we need to try and fix it. Yes, ma'am.
I tried getting into it, but it won't work.
Are you signed, wait, are you trying to get into Shelby? Or are you trying to get into my class? Oh, no, you don't do all that. Erase all that. I only put this here so you know what subject. These are the codes. This is what you type in. So just type in the one for reading right now. Okay. And we'll see you pop up. Did I finish, while we're waiting for her name to pop up, did I finish chapter 2 yesterday?
Yes.
Been a long day, y'all. Can you see it over my big old head? Do capital letters.
What about the Wi-Fi for me and Madison?
What about the what?
When am I Madison the Wi-Fi?
Whenever we reminded him. Yes, sir.
May I throw this in the trash?
Please do. I think it, oh wait, it's right here. I should move it. All right, let me back out. Let's go back in. See if you're there, girl. There you are. I see you at work. Okay, I believe we did finish chapter 2. Now, I know that I did say once we got on Shelby, I'd be giving you some questions, but not everyone is on Shelby. Yes, ma'am. Yes. So let's just keep reading. Mr. Hurd does remember that he needs to get Madison and Isaac on Shelby. For those of you who might have some dying iPads right now. Ooh, we're on chapter 4. Are we? No, we're not. That's the other class. I stopped with the other class.
No, we weren't in the line.
For us?
So we stopped, yeah.
Okay. For that, listen to me then, okay? If this was high school in Cardinal Newman, and if you came to school with your iPad not fully charged, and it didn't last the whole day, you get zeros
Really?
for everything that you cannot do because you did not charge your iPad. Y'all, it is so easy to remember to put your iPad on a charger when you go to bed. Stop staying up and gaming. I'm looking at you.
I put it on my computer.
I'm just joking. I'm looking at you.
I'll play on my iPad.
I know.
No, I have it.
So, before you go see peace, charge that iPad. Because, what if today I was able to throw some questions up on the board and I told everyone, okay, you can use your book on your iPad to answer your questions. And your iPad's not charged. Guess what? I still need the work from you. But now I need the work from what you remembered. Does that make sense? So before you go see peace, charge your iPad. Thank you. Yes, sir. Must be something, and it's probably stuck to something.
Check your book
So I would
bag.
check something.
Can we print our turns off?
Underneath
If it's dying,
Say what?
say if our iPad comes dying, we have a charger, will that like go somewhere and plug it in?
You have 2 plugs in here. You're not, charge your iPad before you come to school. Yes. Yes, I don't think we have anybody else.
So can we charge our iPads now or no?
You need to charge your iPad before you come to school. We need to learn how to be responsible citizens.
When I unplugged it, it was at 100%.
Good boy, but then you just
Now it's
gained
at
it
5.
all day long.
Now it's at 5.
And now it's at 5. Okay, so everyone, if you are able, are you sure we're at chapter 4? I think this is the other. Are you sure?
Yeah, because I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
It's in 1896.
Oh yeah, we're on our.
Oh, never mind. This is our own Shelby. Duh. It's not the other class is not with us.
What?
All right, we're good. So one of the things I need to do that will confuse me later is I'm going to go ahead and erase the squiggly. If you are on iPad, I am on page 10, right at the bottom of 52. And here we go with chapter 4. You guys ready? Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to do some questions on the board tomorrow where you can use your book to answer your questions, okay? There came to him, stirred by the warmth of the fire and the gentle aroma of tea, 1,000 tangled recollections of old times. Spring, the spring of 1896, he was 48, an age at which a permanence of habit begins to be, where's my cursor? Where are you at? I didn't break it. He's 48 years old, it's 1896, a year at which that age you tend to be predictable. He had just been appointed housemaster. This means he is in charge of one of the dorms where a certain set of boys live, okay? So with this and his classical forms, his classes that he teaches on the classics, he had made for himself a warm and busy corner of life. During the summer vacation, he went up to the Lake District with Rowden, a colleague. They walked and climbed for a week until Rowden had to leave suddenly on some family business. Chip stayed on alone at Wasdale Head, where he boarded in a small farmhouse. One day, climbing on Great Gable, he noticed a girl waving excitedly from a dangerous-looking ledge. Now, thinking she was in difficulties, he hastened toward her, but in doing so, slipped himself and wrenched his ankle. Well, as it turned out, she was not in difficulties at all, but was merely signaling to a friend farther down the mountain. She was an expert climber, better even than Chip's. He was pretty good. Thus, he found himself the rescued instead of the rescuer, and neither role was one for which he had much relish. For he did not, he would have said, he did not care for women. He never felt at home or at ease with them. And that monstrous creature beginning to be talked about, the new woman of the 90s, filled him with horror. He was a quiet, conventional person, and the world viewed from the haven of Brookfield seemed to him full of distasteful innovations. There was a fellow named Bernard Shaw, who had the strangest and most reprehensible opinions. There was Ibsen, too, with his disturbing plays. And there was this new craze for bicycling, which was being taken up by women equally with men. Okay, y'all, it's over 100 years ago. It's the year 1896. And he's right about all of these things he's talking about that were really upsetting some people. Change was a-comin'. Now, not everyone still in 1896 had the right to vote. It was still, girls, y'all won't believe this, what we are wearing right now was not acceptable. We must cover our ankles and wear a dress at all times, possibly a hat. 1896. 1896.
This is older than Atari.
But it's older than Atari for sure. In 1896, though, guess what's coming up in 4 years? The new century, the 20th century, 1900. And that sounds so long ago, but for them it was brand new. And y'all, change, innovation, new things. You may not understand this because we get excited by new stuff. But y'all, sometimes change scares people. New ideas, new thoughts, they scare people. Is there any change in the world, stuff going on, any change in your life, whatever, that might scare you? Or do you like change?
Neither.
You're kind of about it?
I don't like global warming.
The change in global warming, but can't we do something to change that? Yeah? Most people your age probably think that it's really only old people like me that don't like change. Right? Maybe? Yeah. Well, I'm not much younger than what Chips is in 1896. And he's telling us that he doesn't like these new ideas these young kids are having. Do you have older people in your family that think y'all are crazy because you're young and you have these crazy ideas?
Yes.
Who's got the grandmother or the grandfather or old aunt or old uncle who gives their technological device to you and says, could you fix this, please? They're the hands. They're the hands. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. God bless them for trying. They have a piece of technology. But they're like, Isaac, I don't know how, could you turn this on for me? Isaac, what is Snapface? What's book chat? You know, so have you become the teacher of older people with technology in your family? Have you had a moment where you have taught them how to do something instead of them teaching you?
On.
Okay?
Off.
Thank you. And then later on, tell me how to Snapface. That would be good.
Snapchat. I had Snapchat.
No, I'm pretty sure they told me Snapface and book chat or something. I don't know. But you guys know how it is. I mean, at least older generations are embracing technology for the most part, but they still kind of rely on us to figure it out and tell us how to do it. And, well, Chips is not embracing the new. Y'all, technology in 1896 is the bicycle. And he does not approve. First of all, women must wear dresses. How in the world are they supposed to ride a bike wearing a dress? Because we better not see their ankle. They need to be fully covered. What is this world coming to? Girls are trying to ride bicycles. The world has gone crazy. That's what Chips is thinking. He's not embracing change. He's fearful of change. He definitely has a strong opinion about change. Yes, sir. Yes. So let's see. Now, he also mentions a couple of playwrights, writers, Bernard Shaw and Ibsen. They were coming up with this new way of writing. They were writing some stories that were shocking to people in 1896, like, oh girl, I cannot believe he just said that. What? Can you believe this play is about that? But today, if we would read it, we'd be like, okay, a little boring, kind of long, but what's shocking about this? So Chips is just one of those guys, y'all, he's not comfortable with change. These people on their crazy bicycles. Chips did not hold with all this modern newness and freedom. He had a vague notion, if he ever formulated it, that nice women, oh girls, listen to this, that nice women were weak, timid, were always supposed to be shy, and delicate. And that nice men, boys, you ready? And that nice men treated them with a polite, but rather distant chivalry, like a knight in shining armor, where whenever you need me, ma'am, I am here to save you. Yes. He had not therefore expected to find a woman on Great Gable, but having encountered one who seemed to need masculine help, it was even more terrifying that she should turn the tables by helping him. For she did. She and her friend too. He could scarcely walk, and it was a hard job getting him down the steep track to Wasdale. Her name, let me get up here to our highlighter. We have a new character. So far we have Mr. Chips, we have Mrs. Wicket, and now we have Catherine. Isaac, I broke it. Oh, there it is.
Catherine.
Her name was Catherine Bridges. She was 25, young enough to be Chip's daughter. She had blue,
Hair.
that would make this such an interesting book.
Dress.
She had a blue loading page. She had blue flashing eyes and freckled cheeks and smooth straw-colored hair. She too was staying at a farm on holiday with a girlfriend, and as she considered herself responsible for Chip's accident, she used to bicycle along the side of the lake to the house in which the quiet, middle-aged, serious-looking man lay resting. That was how she thought of him at first. And he, because she rode a bicycle, and was unafraid to visit a man alone in a farmhouse sitting room, which is like our living rooms, wondered vaguely what the world was coming to. His sprain, talking about that ankle, right, put him at her mercy, and it was soon revealed to him how much he might need that mercy. She was a governess out of a job. Have y'all ever, in anything you've watched or read before, have you ever heard of a governess before? Governess?
Yeah, I heard of
No?
Doctor Who.
Doctor, yes, a Doctor Who. A governess is like a nanny or like a full-time babysitter. Yeah, if a family used the same babysitter ever, a governess, yeah. So she's used to taking care of kids. So she has little money saved up. She read and admired Ibsen, that playwright that he's like, I can't believe this guy. She believed that women ought to be admitted to the universities. Y'all, it was very uncommon to educate girls in 1896 and before. And she wants to go to a university. She wants to go to college. She can't. She can't. It's not allowed. Only for boys. She even thought they ought to have a vote. What? Get out of town. In 1896, she wants a girl to vote? Not everyone can vote in 1896. In politics, she was a radical, with leanings towards the views of people like that writer I was telling you about, Bernard Shaw and William Morris. All her ideas and opinions she poured out the Chips during those summer afternoons at Wasdale Head. And he, because he was not very articulate, did not at first think it worthwhile to contradict them. Her friend went away, but she stayed. What could you do with such a person, Chips thought. He used to hobble with sticks along a footpath leading to the tiny church. There was a stone slab on the wall, and it was comfortable to sit down, facing the sunlight and the green-brown majesty of the gable, and listening to the chatter of, well, yes. Chips had to admit it, a very beautiful girl. He never met anyone like her. He always thought that the modern type, this new woman business, would repel him. And here she was, making him positively look forward to the glimpse of her safety bicycle careering along the lakeside road. And she, too, had never met anyone like him. She'd always thought that middle-aged men who read the Times, that's a newspaper still around today, and disapproved of modernity were terrible bores. Yet here he was, claiming her interest and attention far more than use of her own age. She liked him, initially, because he was so hard to get to know, because he had gentle and quiet manners, because his opinions dated from those utterly impossible 70s and 80s and even earlier, yet were, for all that, so thoroughly honest. Absolutely, Isaac. So here are two, it would seem, very mismatched people, polar opposites, right? But they like each other. Have you ever heard that when it comes to relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend kind of stuff, that opposites attract? Have you ever heard of that before? Yeah? Let's make it simple. A very talkative person who falls in love with a quiet person. Yeah? Happens all the time. Could you imagine if two very talkative people got together? Who would listen to them? They're both talking at one time. Yeah? Or you do get down to where some differences, I think, are important. It might get in the way. Let's just talk about something personal. My husband's taste in movies. No. Now, I will say that my husband was raised right, and he does love and adore every Will Smith movie ever made, just like this girl here.
Will Smith. Will Smith.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Okay.
However, my husband seems to think that I would like to watch some movies that might be about hostile takeovers of businesses and Wall Street.
What?
Business.
Not this girl. No, not this girl. And once again, I'm not the romantic comedy girl either. What am I? Where am I working in my head?
FBI.
I work at the FBI in my head.
FBI.
So I want a good detective action story. Let's go get the bad guy kind of story. Okay? I don't really like horror movies, but my husband does. And it's not because they scare me, it's because I've known too many people who work in the movie business and I know how it's done. Like the mystery of a zombie is gone for me, but I love watching something with zombies in it. My husband thinks I'm freakish with my obsession with watching zombie shows.
Walking Dead.
Yes, thank you. We have just bonded. So sometimes it doesn't work as far as what you want to watch on TV. But other times, yes, opposites attract. I'm a very hyper person. I'm kind of silly. If y'all talk more, you know. My husband, quiet, very serious. Very serious. Very. He finds things funny. He's just not a laugher. I am one of those people that will fall on with your laughter. And it works for us. Okay? Now, I don't give homework, except that's been up on the board for a few days. You have a quiz for me tomorrow, okay? You do have a quiz. Right now, what I need for you to do is chill.
Can I go to the restroom?
Yes, I need for us to make sure that we go to the bathroom while we can. We have one boy going. I need to find where it says done. Perfect. I am going to go around and take temperatures, okay?
I'm probably at 80.5.
You may, thank you for asking while you wait on me, because I'm done. Stick a fork in me.
iPad.
Yes.
Got